Capricorn, it's insane. So when I get ready for your readings, I normally pick up on stuff already. So I want to share this with you. And listen, if this is you, I want to know about it. Like, it's so exciting. So I've got to check Russell. And I was sitting here in my little room, you know, getting ready for your reading. And it's right next to the kitchen. It's actually an old pantry that has been converted because we sort of live in a kind of like a country house that was converted, basically, like a cottage type of vibe. And I was seeing my dog run past, you know, through the kitchen into my room. And I was like, oh, so I was getting up to go and like check up on him. And as I was getting up, he was sitting under the desk. And I realized that's what sometimes happens when I'm aware of multiple dimensions simultaneously. So you get things overlapping, and when something changes for me, there's normally like a flicker. And sometimes that energy can be so strong. I've actually figured out that my best friend actually pointed it out to me that, and maybe this might be happening to you, this is why I'm mentioning it to you, that my laptops kept on breaking and my mobile phones kept on breaking, and they were always just breaking. Like I buy a tablet and a couple of months down the line, it just breaks. And we figured out that it was my energy. So I learned to contain that energy, and you speak to the energy, you communicate with it. So if things are feeling a little freaky, remember that you can speak to energy, okay? But there is an awareness of multiple dimensions simultaneously. In your reading, we are going to look, Capricorn, at recent past influences, what's happening currently, what is unfolding, you know, what do you want to hold on to, what is best for you to let go of. I like it when this stands nice and straight. There you go, baby. Beautiful gift I got from a client of mine. From in South Africa, in Cape Town, in the V&A waterfront, from the, what is it called now? It's the Crystal Store. Mineral World. Amazing. Okay. But I get most of my crystals from Gemstone Junkies, and they're this amazing store, family-owned store in Cape Town. And I mean, as a bonus, they're located next to a lake. It's amazing. And they're called Gemstone Junkies. I'll put a link for their stuff in the description. Let me just make a note of that, actually. Gemstone Junkies note. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget. All right. Remember, this is general, so take it as it resonates, my beautiful Capricorns. You're going to clarify and end of an oracle message. And if you stay with this reading from beginning to end, why are we looking at the present first? Intriguing stuff. Okay. They're like, don't even look at it, just turn it around. So I'm like, okay. I always like doing your readings because the guidance for every collective energy is different. The feel is different. I like the way that yours is always feeling. I always do different stuff in your readings. So I was like, okay. And the question is, what does that message maybe mean to you? All right. What does it maybe mean to you? I'm going to show it to you. Because remember, in a reading, especially these general readings, nothing is set in stone. You know? What do you get from it? Remember, there's three parts to a reading: the intention from the creator of the card, the reader, and you put the three together. So in the recent past, or the recent past impacts, Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords. Isn't this card just beautiful? Like the Wild Unknown Tarot. These cards are just gorgeous, like so magical. And they came into my life in such a magical way. And I want to tell you the story, but I'm not going to, otherwise it's going to go on forever. Long story short, I got it from a client that I did a private reading for. I went to the house through a different client. It was like a birthday gift, and a whole lot of beautiful things happened from there. One day when I do a deck to review with this, I'll tell you the story. You really got in touch with your emotions. You got in sync with your emotions. You realized that for many of you, you realize you were holding on to pain that you possibly more like from habit. Maybe you weren't even feeling it anymore. You know, sometimes we got the thing where you feel certain emotions because it's almost like what you're supposed to feel, until one day you have that light bulb moment where you realize, I don't feel it anymore. And then you really stepped into your mind. So you just really needed to allow yourself just that little bit of emotional feel, you know. I know everything with you is typically, and I'm not saying that you're loud or anything like that, but you know, you have got an extroverted sort of energy. So even if you're an introvert, you might still be most likely very extroverted. Even if it's just in your imagination, you know, or your expression, how you decorate. I see someone maybe decorating like, I want to say salad on a plate, but maybe more like crudité, like, you know, like little chopped pieces of veggies, and maybe like a little, you know, those glass ramekins that normally if you go to a restaurant they normally give you the smallest amount of like lemon butter or garlic butter or something like that to put over your food, almost like that, but like more of what is the thing called that normally goes with fish? But you know that white sort of sauce and like chopped up little green stuff is in it, normally something like dough or something like that. You know, it looks, get that sort of image somehow. For some of you, maybe there's a message for you if that's what you're busy doing or looking at a picture or something like that. But now I get this. So and I love this. I love this very, very much, because this is telling me that you are no longer running away from your emotions. You know who writes a book about this that is absolutely brilliant is Elizabeth Gilbert, and the book is called Big Magic. That dude from Mindvalley, oh, and I obviously forgot his name, but the founder of it, and he's quite cool, you know. Devesh Naidu, oh no, sorry. But if you look up Mindvalley, you'll see it. He's amazing. He's incredible. Though I learned a lot from him. I'm just not good with names. But he, you know, he also recommends that book. You know, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's incredible. And somehow you got this. That you are sitting with your demons and you're like, bruh, do you want a cup of tea? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we are victimizing stuff. You know. What are the ties we need to release and cut and let go of, and then everything just works. And then coming towards you, the Hanged Man, not coming towards you, the energy potential for you, but you know the energy, yeah, the potential's coming your way. You got the Hanged Man there, and you know that's that Neptune energy, that deeper connection, where sometimes things can seem very scary in the beginning, but it's sort of like as you go through the process and get a little bit used to things, you know, you get almost like a sense of illumination. Like maybe you move into like a new area, for example, a new apartment maybe. It still feels a little jumpy in the beginning until you get used to it and you bond with the space. And then your light really begins to come out, your light shining through the dark. For those of you moving, this new place is teaching you a lot about yourself. And you have now come to the capacity of actually being able to learn lessons in a positive way. So you don't have to go sort of like, you know, full out self-sabotage first. You can be like, oh, so I'm dealing here with a self-sabotaging pattern. Okay, let's take a deeper look. Where are you coming from? Why are you here? You know, that type of vibe. So you get the answers, you follow the guidance without needing to feel, you know, like you are dwindling on the brink of living and dying type of thing. Okay? Let's see, what do we have in clarification there? Oh, look at that card jumping. I really love this deck of cards. It's the Tarot of the Moon Garden. It was given to me by a friend. It's that fairy energy, that earth energy, that Gaia energy. And I like, because I see for a lot of you, you're very in your body. I always say that's the most spiritual thing you can do. Really be human. You decided to come here, you made this whole soul plan, you thought about your avatar, you worked out all these different scenarios and how to make sure that you don't, you know, sort of lose yourself too much in this or in that, and put up all these reminders. And the quicker you get the reminders, the easier your life goes, and so forth and so forth. Just be human, you know? Stop this nonsense of wanting to be this highly connected being to this and this and that. Yes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's super cool and everything, but the more you really just embrace in your journey of being human and just enjoying life for the fucking sake of enjoying it, you know, this deal is very limited. If you really, you know, think of your problems, any problem, anything, think about it. Now think of it in the context of eternity. How big is your problem really? I know it's very real for you right now, and nobody is saying that that's not valid, you know, because everything is valid and everything is valuable. But just because you don't know what the solution is doesn't mean that the solution doesn't exist. All you need to do is open yourself to it, and if you open to it, open your heart, mind, and soul and say, I'm opening myself to this. I'm opening myself to new potential, to new abundance, to easier ways, to get the plan, that sort of thing, you know, without needing to feel that you are, without needing to feel that you are almost like you have to sacrifice yourself every single time. You know what I'm saying? I get it. For some of you, you know exactly what I'm saying, because the Empress is all about abundance. It lets you know that, listen, the goodies are coming. But it also reminds you that there's a plan here. Your life, yes, you're having the individual experience, but you made some soul agreements. And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong here. I'm not trying to, to sort of giving you some butter icing here over a nice cupcake. No. I'm not saying that you should sit here and say, oh, maybe there's a spiritual reason for it. I'm just going to chill it out here and pretend that I'm okay. What I'm saying is that we've got the individual experience, but we also make plans with other people. And the more we try to make it work, the more you sometimes go against the plan. So you are actually separating yourself from the solution that you seek. You feel what I'm saying to me? What I'm saying to you? Okay? Because you can only get, you can only receive, you can only experience that which you can accept as truth for yourself on any level, in the smallest sphere, you know. But it's like, if you think of a magnet, think of like this huge magnet, think of manifestation like that. You know, say that's the magnet and this is the manifestation. But the manifestation is made of steel. No matter how powerful that magnet is, if this steel is not going to be like, what is the thing, that conductor conducer vibe? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not going to be steel, no matter what that magnet is, it's not going to be able to draw it to it because it's not in alignment with it. You know, so think of almost like crystals being made. There's processes that need to take place. Certain situations and circumstances need to be right over a couple of million years. I'm not saying that your things are going to take forever, but only when the balance is right does the potential become possible for you to have something like this. And if the potential isn't there, forget about time. If the potential isn't there, if the right mineral component, height, weight, heat, whatever isn't present, then whatever it is that forms can't form. So when you are in resistance to what you want and you say like it's not coming and you get so aggro about that. Yes, the universe hears you and it understands that you want it more and more. So the more attention you now give it to it, yes, you push it away from you, but you're also giving it a lot of attention, so it's growing. And as it grows in the direction of what you don't like, it's also growing in the direction of what you do like, because the universe is dual. It's like algebra. Algebra basically explains universal energy, nature. What happens on the one side happens on the other side. Boom. Drop the mic, Bob's your uncle. You know? So even though you are, for those of you that feel that you've been creating a lot of negative for yourself, yes, that may be true. But you've also been, by default, and without even thinking about it or realizing it, you've also been creating the opposite. Because if it expands this way, it also expands that way. You know what I'm saying? Because one direction also goes the other direction. So, like make the circle bigger. Yeah, you know, the circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the same way a crystal grows. It grows bigger and bigger over time. Okay? So your resistance can sometimes hold things from you. You feel me? So you got to get the formula. You got to understand how it works. Okay? You got to understand the formula. Let's see what's happening here in your current space. Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Energy on fire. Money. Manifestation. And here's the thing when it comes to money. Don't try to manifest money first to get things, because if your vibe with money isn't good, and you may have some subconscious pattern, maybe you've just been born with some patterns that are not serving you well, then everything is withholding it from you, because remember, you can only receive on the level to which you allow yourself to receive. So if you say, for example, I would like to have that, and so I need to manifest this amount of money to order to get that, then you kind of, and then, I mean, if you're good with money and that sort of stuff, no problem. But if you're not, then you are putting a block in your own way, because now you're saying, I need to get the money in order to get that. Remember, you're the one that's letting the universe know how the formula works. So the better you understand the formula, the better you can do it. You know, you like algebra. The better you understand the formula. You know, there's stability coming in here for you. So that is why I feel that you are so strongly encouraged to really honor your earthly being. Yeah, you can ground, go walk around in the ground and whatever. But here's something to remember. Going to the pub and getting absolutely slaughtered is also part of the human experience. All right? It's the human experience, it's the human possibilities. You get to choose what feels right for you here on this planet, and then you roll with that. Because whatever feels right to you is what you should do. But people say you should go with what feels right to you. And then somebody says, well, I felt like rolling myself a joint and going to go sit next to the ocean and, maybe put on my earpods and listen to Eminem music. And they're like, no. No, can't do. That is not the rightness for you. No. Yes. Because think of life as more of an adventure. It's a journey of exploration. If you were playing a video game or something like that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not encouraging you to do stuff that is not good for you. That is not the slightest thing that I'm encouraging. I'm encouraging you to follow your heart, to follow what my friend Lisa King, who is a human design practitioner, amazing, what she calls following your yeses. I love it. If you were not, really, that's a game that I like to play. I've always loved playing that. And so when I hear in master classes people recommend it, I'm like, oh, maybe I should be doing a master class. Where people say, in any situation, imagine if you were not pre-programmed, because as human beings you arrive on this planet 99.9% pre-programmed. It's in your genes, it's in your DNA. It's who you are. It's what you are. Because as humans, we're just potential expanding. And in the same way the crystal expands, you may look at this crystal as just one crystal, but it was, beautifully cut from another piece, and this is multitude of molecules moving together. It's like with a clear quartz, that amazing fact that it's neither solid nor fluid. It just flows at such a vibration that it appears solid. Okay? You're on that vibe now. Really get into that earth vibe, because it's by doing that. Why do you think we're on earth? Don't you think there's something that we should be doing here to check out here from it? You know what I'm saying? So in order to best understand it, or to be able to best ace this test, if you want to call it that, or this step, or this level in the game, you got to get familiar with the game, And yeah, getting familiar doesn't mean that you have to go do a whole lot of drugs and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. Do not misquote me. But live. Do stuff. If it's healthy and safe for you, I don't know, go run, go jog, go climb a mountain, plant a tree, try some flower arrangements, bake some cupcakes, whatever. Build a car, whatever's calling you. Yes, maybe it's not for you, but at least you gave it a try. Now you can say it's not for me. Stop trying to live it safe. Not going to work for you. No. Your soul is young and wild and free. Your soul is young, it's wild, and it's free. It want to taste a cup of love. Temperance. Emperor. Ace of Staffs, Ace of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Coming up for quite a lot of people actually. Emperor, Aries energy. Very go-go energy. Very fiery. Very inspired. Very motivated. Go for stuff. Go for stuff. That's how you open the manifestation for yourself more, by going for stuff. So you've been manifesting, you've been doing the vision boards and the manifestation and the affirmations and everything, I don't need this and I don't do that and nothing is working. Yes, maybe you're doing the right stuff, but Baba, are you living? Are you living? Are you alive, or are you actually living? Your time on earth is short. I've been so surprised when when COVID-19 started to breakout, and people started to panic, and people would say, Adrian, I need to have a tarot reading, I need to know what's going to go on. And I was thinking, so okay, sure, what's the vibe? I'm so concerned, I mean, what if I die? I realized that I could just die. And I think in that way COVID-19 was it continues to be such a blessing, because it really shook a lot of us, a lot of humanity, out of the idea that you could just, hana hana through life, yum yum yum, just yeah, like spit dripping from a baby's mouth, basically. Some of us were going through life like that until you got this very real awakening that you could lose your life just like that. No matter how much money you have, no matter how successful you are, despite your degree, your background, your genetics. Well, maybe genetics could have been good in this space, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it is a virus, but you know what I'm saying? So whether you were living in a ditch next to the road, or whether you were living in a palace, we were shown in many ways how we are so similar. We focus so much on our differences, but we were shown how similar we are. Because really, as humans, we are totally similar, And it might seem like things are falling apart at the moment, but when you really think about it, when is the last time that humans really shared in something tangible in a way? And I'm not talking about the internet, I'm talking about something that evoked real emotion, where your biggest escapism possibly wasn't even possible. Global awakening, It's like if you wake that toddler that is sleeping very fast, the little bit of good morning, my angel, the flowers are out, the bees are humming, and the birds are chirping. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to be like, yo, you gotta get up, yo. You're gonna. It's like when you wake up my nephews, especially the younger ones, like gentle parenting is not gonna work. But you feel what I'm saying, Don't you dare send me negative comments about my nephews. I'll block you. Let's see what Oracle Energy has for you. And if you're open to learning to read the tarot, you can check out my courses down below in the description. First couple of lessons are free on them all. There's also a free Oracle card reading course. Taurus' Kiss. The earth wanna, like if you think of it in these sort of terms, the earth wanna kiss you. The earth wanna bless you. And the earth wanna show you that even though this concept might seem huge to you right now, it want to show you how it's elementary. And this is not in a derogatory way at all. Life want to show its beautiful potential through you. Life want to use you. Life want you to be the vessel that serves the many. That's what life would like to do. But it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Nothing bad needs to happen to you if you're not going to do it. It's entirely up to you. Okay? I hope that helps. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. If you're open to it, I'd really appreciate you liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Check out your daily messages as well. I'll see you next time. Namaste, my beauties.